So after about a month of being stuck in Chilliwack and not being able to dive, finally made my way to the ocean. So I just hopped on the ferry and we're gonna head to Nanaimo to meet up with Chris. So we're gonna go do a dive in the Nanaimo area. I'm pretty excited to get back in the water. Like I said, it's been over a month and yeah, my feet are just feeling too dry. So it's gonna be a bit of a chilly day. You can see the snow in the mountains behind me there, but the ocean looks pretty calm. So I'm pretty excited. Hopefully the visibility is great. I couldn't be more excited. Might get some crab for dinner, we'll find out. So the question I get asked the most is how do I stay warm diving on Canadian waters? On our drive here, it was actually snowing and it was about 2-3 degrees right now, and our water is probably around 5 degrees. So it's pretty chilly. So the answer to that is you have to have some cold water gear. So I have right now the Red Rock from Bouchot. It keeps me nice and warm in these waters, but you need something at least 7 mil. If you guys want to do some Canadian diving, you definitely need some gear like this. I'll put a link to my local shop, Diving Sports, down below. You guys can get the Bouchot gear, as well as whatever other kind of stuff you want to take a look at. But this is my favorite one. I am a little biased because they do sponsor me, but honestly, it's such a great suit. The other one that I bought myself, another Bouchot one, it's the Prestige. And yeah, that's nice and warm as well. But if you guys want to dive in our waters, you got to get some at least 7 mil open cell. And yeah, you can dive all year, it's great. So hopefully soon some ice diving coming up, and that'll be back in Chilliwack and go to Lindeman Lake. So pretty excited to do some more of that stuff. Alright guys, let's go jump in the water.
On today's dive, Chris and I are also joined by Richard and Brett. As soon as I jumped in, I was so excited. The visibility was phenomenal. We had about 30 feet, and this is such a change from Chilliwack. Currently, we have about 6 inches of visibility in all our lakes. And of course, because I was wearing my Red Rock suit, I had to find a Red Rock crab and take a selfie with it. And our jellyfish is the coolest. The way they pulse and swim, I think it's one of my favorite sea creatures for sure. Like I said, the visibility in the ocean today was absolutely amazing. It's pretty rare to get visibility this great, especially on the inside. However, I will say during the winter, it's far more common compared to the summer months. Today's dive location was actually the Chemainus barges. These had sunk in 2012, so they've been under for just shy of 10 years now. You can already see how much they've decayed and how much life is actually growing on them. The main reason I prefer freediving compared to scuba diving is the peace and quiet you get while diving. With scuba diving, you have regulators that make so much noise. With freediving, it's so peaceful, and it's just you in the water. The coolest creature we've seen today, and it's something that I've never seen before. Chris spotted it right here. This is called a giant nudibranch, which it's kind of spelled nudibranch, but that's not how it's pronounced. It's pretty hard to see where the front or back or mouth or end of these actually are. I'm really not too sure, and if I was to imagine an alien species, this is pretty much what I expect to see. So we ended up diving here at a decently high tide, So the top of the barges were around 35 feet, but when I dive around to the side and get to the bottom, it drops down to close to 50 feet. So a little bit deep, and you can't stay down for very long at this depth, or at least I personally can't. I just want to give a big shout out to Richard for filming some of these, and thanks to Brett for sending me a couple clips that he shot on his own camera. I don't think I'll ever get over just how cool these lion's mane jellyfish are. They just look amazing underwater. I don't know what it is about them, but it's just so peaceful the way they move in the water. So unfortunately, and this is far too common on many of our dives, we found another crab net that had been lost or abandoned. This one though was a little bit worse than some of the other ones I found. Some of the main ones that we find are generally made of steel, and they do degrade over time, and they kind of fall apart. Most of these nets are supposed to have some twine that rots faster, and it kind of lets some of the sea life that gets trapped inside escape. However, this one was quite a bit worse, like I say, and was actually made of stainless steel with nothing particular that would rot and let sea life escape. This one took a little bit of effort, but I was able to pry it off the seafloor, and it took a heck of a team effort to get all the way back to shore. So we stuffed it in the bushes out of the water, but we were quite a ways away from anywhere we could actually carry it out. So might try to go back another day, but it's out of the water for now, so that's what counts. As you can see here, there was actually a crab in this net, and it would have been trapped and probably died in there if we didn't remove it. There was actually 2 crabs in there when we first grabbed it, as well as this empty moon snail shell. So normally I don't recommend taking shells and stuff from the ocean, just because they're habitat for other stuff, but because the shell was in the net, I decided to kind of keep it as a bit of a trophy, and it's probably not my best decision. I'll show you later what I mean. I think my favorite part of this dive though was when I was diving down, and mid-dive, this sea lion came over to say hi. It did almost 2 complete circles around me, and then just swam away. We made eye contact, and these guys are just so curious. It was a really cool experience. However, when possible, maintain your distance, because certain people know that other people don't really like when we interact with them. Like I said, one of the reasons that we really shouldn't remove too many shells from the ocean is they are habitat to other small creatures, just like this little baby octopus. Luckily, I noticed him crawling out of the shell right when we got out of the water, and I was able to put him back pretty soon, and it was kind of a cool little thing, and I didn't realize they can actually bite. He was nibbling on my fingers with his little beak. But we got him back to the water pretty quick, and yeah, cool little experience. Anyways, thanks everyone for watching, and as always, a big thank you to all my supporters. You guys help me get out here and do these dives. There's definitely some big cleanup dives planned for the near future.